So baseball. Baseball's one of the most popular sports in America, probably. It's probably the most popular sport in America, if I would say. I mean, it's not called America's pastime for no reason, so. It's probably also the oldest sport in America when you really think about it. It probably dates back to a while ago back in Europe. But me, I've been a baseball fan and a baseball player my whole life, so I know a thing or two about the sport. Yeah. But I'm going to be teaching you today about the history of baseball, where it started, and then the middle era, and where it's at today in the future. So that's what we're going to do. Let's start with the origin of baseball. It originated back in England and Europe in the mid-18th century, so 1700s around then. There's records of it being stated in England and called rounders or bases, and sometimes baseball occasionally back in England in the UK. And it came to America when all the rest of the immigrants came back in 1700s, like 1776 when we became a country and all that, and then it really became popular later on. So that leads us to the golden age of baseball, like the time period with Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Ted Williams, all those big guys, big names that you've heard of. The guys on the baseball cards that are really valuable. So, yeah, this was in the 1920s to 1960s era of the game when Jackie Robinson really made it popular with his racial injustice and all that in the sport. And then some of the teams you had during those times were like the Yankees, the Boston Red Sox. Those teams won a bunch of championships back in those days. And then after the golden age, we have the modern day era of baseball. So like today, like present time. It's really expanded as a sport. It's gone to like Japan and a bunch of other countries around there. Some of the current players today, you have Mike Trout. People like to think of him as the greatest of all time in baseball. And then you have a Japanese player, Shohei Ohtani from Japan. He's really blown up in the league today. Other guys like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, all those other guys. But the game's really evolved as a huge thing as a sport. So there's technological advancements like today. The pitchers actually use a thing called pitch Comm to talk to their catchers to what pitches to throw and all that. And you also have like cameras all the time. It's televised. They have cameras to see the replays whenever they want to challenge a play or something to help the umpires out. Just a bunch of stuff. All the time it's on TV, commercials, and they're making a lot of money off of it for entertainment value. So to conclude what I've all said, baseball's history goes back a really long ways. It's a really interesting thing to learn about. And it's a fun sport in general. Everybody loves baseball. It's America's favorite sport. Everybody loves it. It's just awesome. Baseball's a great sport.